I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Di can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo-woo! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So there is someone else! Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Teyvat that knows rocks better than him.
You're a fool if you think you found Teyvat's #1...
Oh? And why am I that big?
Because Teyvat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha-ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you are!
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you!
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology.
Someone who understands geology.
Take a look around. Is there anyone in Teyvat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Teyvat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon...
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Di doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him. Really?
But I should inform you that despite my we are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms.
Stop being so modest, Zhongli. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Di. Uncle Di, we're back!
Oh, and this must be the friend you spoke of?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Uh-huh, so you say. It's no use me singing his praises.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun-jun. Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman... Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Jean...
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Di, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Jean...
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start
I'm just saying it like I see it.
So you're an appraiser, Miss...
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions.
Huh? How could you forget?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in...
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem.
Remarkable. This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial... Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths like a...
Such a detailed description. Say, you're not...
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake...
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what...
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognize...
Of course not! I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that he...
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the...
Here we go! Scry the sky.
Whoa, this mining...
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to... I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace.
So 4 miners have...
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be...
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for...
Huh. Such a...
Underground, overground. We left no stone unturned.
We'll need to explore the site ourselves.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever...
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Let's look... Over here! A pile of shirts.
A few everyday items.
1, 2, 3... Huh. That seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
A few every day.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. That seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap line.
Items for washing one's...
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Why would someone set off with their tool?
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely... Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their...
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made... Kunjun, what?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps...
Or, what does it have...
Let's find out. I'll give... Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating.
I see 4 men following someone out of the mine.
A child?
I'm...
Also, how did you see anything?
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I can perceive the memory.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no...
You mean you can put your hand...
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area.
Amazing! So you...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white core lapis and crystal memories, are much stronger. They record more of...
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw...
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for...
Useless.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah, yes. You must be here about the I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a... I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. Or maybe...
So the men that were out working disappeared. Perhaps an accident occurred.
What a scary... An on-site accident. You found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dai.
You're back.
We found 3 First, there are 4 missing pickaxes. Yet everyday items are still in their...
Forced to? But...
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take rest. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who...
Now that you mention it, could someone have entered the site?
This leads me to my 3rd point. Mr.
A child? But there are no...
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our king...
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north.
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation, but...
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago.
You're right. New plan. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other...
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues that...
Wait.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kun... Kunjun, what are you...
Ah, apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used...
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious.
Oh, Paimon knows that
I don't even know where to start with it. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was, perhaps if I can retrieve some...
I see. If I...
Really? Oh,
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju...
Great! Let's have a look! Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left by the miners!
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are...
Boring!
Hey!
It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and...
If we follow their foot... Oh no! The footprints end here!
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Hi there! Have you...
A miner.
Useless!
Hello! Have you...
Stop bothering me.
Jeez! Whatever.
Don't be a killjoy.
Let me
You've
stop.
just begun.
Faster.
Miscalculated.
Hey there!
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came.
Yeah! That's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they...
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance.
The...
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short.
And they took...
Yes, they followed it.
Let's go after them! people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves.
Shadows of fate, written in the stars.
Rise. Yahoo!
Let me
Brace yourselves.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking. My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue Sheng.
Huh? You sure?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying
I think.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju. I was in a hurry.
I think that's all we need.
I hope it's useful to. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for
Can we be absolutely sure?
a child with a group of adults. Sounds but
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
aha!
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right.
Mr. Kunju.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun company.
You think so? It feels like.
Be that as it may, 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by... We have encountered many The miners headed in the direction...
Great! Nope,
I left a mark in the vicinity just now.
clever thinking. Hey! Over here on the ground!
There's a basket lying here, too.
Hey!
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed.
Should we wake him up?
I can...
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he's... There's a camp nearby.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor.
Hyman heard him talking about Dick.
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's... Are these... Orf? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the...
How he came to be here is what...
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him...
Unless something happened.
Ugh. Hyman's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory.
What is it?
Something for us.
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a date. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals,
It's beautiful. Oh,
But of course, take... And this one is for Mr... Huh? Is some...
On the contrary, I just hadn't anticipated, but thank you.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to... Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest.
You sure look...
Ores are the crystals of the earth. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off.
Rest easy. I serve... Oh, how...
Huh?
Traveler.
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority...
Elemental reactions can...
Indeed, they can. Dragonfall first emerged in the...
Cool.
And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Why is it then that a citizen...
Yeah, if he knows if it's a... Weird.
There are those in the mining
Ulterior...
A conclusion that is present. Don't forget, rescuing those... We're drawing closer to our goal. When you're well rested, we should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp.
Go.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. Then again, the memories of ore can shift... difficult to say.
So there's never any...
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased.
That makes sense.
Indeed. Let's keep going. Wow.
And there's so many mysterious...
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything?
Well, there is this stone tablet.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's Pat, not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to invest... If you don't try, you...
You think so?
When has Paimon ever... Wait a minute. Paimon can fly.
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came... Quick, let...
This has been newly dug.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. I will lead... There is an unusual presence emanating from... Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal, there's... What do we do? We can't hurt them. What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, H-Daha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Fate is upon you. Oh.
Let's play. Time for takeoff.
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Stabilize!
Fisher!
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Stabilize! This is order!
Written in the stars. Delved into destiny. Orders given.
No atonement
Orders received.
For 1,000-year pain!
Solidify!
Evil conquering! Worthless! Worthless!
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Here!
Stabilize!
Brace yourself. Yeah.
Stabilize!
Shadows of
Life goes on.
Useless! Worthless!
Fisher!
Stabilize!
delved into destiny.
Boring!
Time for takeoff.
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Worthless!
Years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very...
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear. Allow me to elaborate. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces.
So there are...
No! It can't be! That's impossible!
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new... That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity.
The audacity! Are you insane?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the...
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power...
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind.
There would be no harm in it.
You haven't changed. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the GOR. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive. Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Azhdaha, now in...
What would you expect?
This much is true. Which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you, in the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production. The citizens of Liu erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. But it was futile. Everything and so we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax.
No. No.
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence. The echo of a contract.
No. This is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in that which you have forgotten. I hold here in my heart. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant.
No! That isn't...
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, You call yourself Zhongli these days.
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habit.
As you please.
I never did forget your
Finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Ejda.
Your power is nearly spent.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going.
Straight down to business as always.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. Huh? Young...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those
cave?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go...
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I...
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ejda. You're...
Not I. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun.
You always did have a great admiration for blacks.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind.
Ejda, I am no longer...
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of...
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face...
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lap?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is...
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago. And...
You've brought a smile to my face. When all...
That day in the chasm... Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the...
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly...
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your...
Hence, my incept. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The old friend. God...
Thank you, Ejda.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you, Morax.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only...
Wow. That was so...
In fact, we have yet... He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from...
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azhdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes. Quicker than words could tell, lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Azhdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azhdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he, and in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it... I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Azhdaha? Too painful to...
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like...
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world... There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time. But you are capable of finding... Those who come to witness will witness. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything... This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good...